Namaste. You're with Jay from Wild Heart Soul Tribe. I'm teaming up with Sisters Helping Sisters, Brothers Helping Brothers to bring you this yoga class all about creating a quality connection with yourself. This is all about bringing the body into movement and the mind into stillness. We find that when we can still our mind by moving our body intentionally, we start to boost our energy, but not in a way that makes us anxious, that makes us secure, that makes us feel good and open to moving forward in life rather than feeling like we're just running in circles, lost in ourselves. So yoga is the practice of coming back to ourself. It's basically creating this quality connection with the mind and body. And we've got to separate the two. The body benefits from movement, the mind benefits from stillness. So we use our yoga practice. We go into these shapes, we go into these exercises to basically channel our energy. So we burn off our anxiety, but we also focus ourselves into a state of ease. And so you're gonna find that we constantly go back from effort into ease. So some poses will be hard, some poses will be a little bit more relaxing, and as we navigate between this yin and yang energy, your job is to stay consistent. Consistent in your breath, consistent in your mind to navigate the changes of life. Because if there's one thing we can count on in life, it's gonna challenge us. And when we get challenged in life, we have to anchor into ourself, right? We can't change the circumstances around us, but we can choose to respond rather than react. That's the superpower that yoga really gives us. So yoga focuses on the different energy channels of the body, the 7 different aspects of self. We refer to these as the chakras or the chakras. These are spiraling wheels of energy or of awareness. So you got your physical awareness, you got your emotional, you've got your independent, you've got your relationships, you've got your truth, your communication, you've got your mind, and then we've got our spiritual experience. In yoga, we're trying to navigate all of these different pieces of ourself into harmony. So that's our goal today. We're gonna try and bring ourselves back into harmony. And one of the simplest ways to do that is just controlling your breath. So we're going to start with a very simple breath work called Samavriti or equal breathing. So just get comfortable, sit down, relax, shrug back your shoulders. Try to sit your spine up as tall as you can. And I'd recommend, if comfortable, closing your eyes so that you can start to look inward rather than outward. And maybe just take a little quiet moment and just notice how you've been feeling. Whether you're starting the day or ending the day, whether it's been an amazing day or a horrible day, just acknowledge where you're starting from. And you can consider our yoga practice a restart, a refresh. So we're gonna take a deep breath in, and then just sigh it out. Let's begin. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Fill up, holding. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2. Empty, holding for 4. Inhale. Holding. Exhale. Holding. Inhale. Holding. Exhale. Holding. Last round, inhale. Holding. Exhale. Holding. Just take a deep breath in. And exhale, side out. Our eyes can open if they're closed. We're going to take your left hand beside you. We're going to inhale your right arm above you. We're going to exhale into your half moon. We're just going to start to fan out our ribs. Now when you inhale, maybe you reach a little bit higher. When you exhale, start to reach a little bit further over. Maybe that left elbow bends. Inhale, expands. Exhale, deepens. So we're working with the elasticity of your body. And some of us are going to naturally be more flexible than others. You might be able to place your elbow down, but it's not about shoving yourself into a shape. It's about creating this connection. We want to breathe from your hip all the way to your armpit. So eventually you'll come down like me, but the only thing I need you to do is breathe. So if you start to feel restricted, tight, tense, pain, better to be here than down here. Let's just take one more breath in. Maybe you look up, hold for your exhale, and then like a rainbow, inhale both arms up, and then exhale, half moon, other side, easing into it. So we're stretching the cartilage of your ribs so that your ribs stop being a cage and they start being a support to deepen your breath. And the deeper our breath, the deeper the benefits of these physical postures. So as we breathe consciously, it anchors our mind into the present. That's where we get the stillness of the mind. It's the movement of the body, the stillness of the mind. We call this synergy. It's where the two start working together. You'll find the slower you breathe, the quicker your body responds. Let's just take one more deep breath in. Exhale completely. Then inhale, rise up and shrug back your shoulders. Let's warm up your spine a little bit. Cup your hands onto your knees. We're going to do what's called cow pose. We're going to inhale, arch your heart up, lean forward, lift your chin. And then as you exhale, cat pose, round and curl, chin to chest, leaning as far back as is comfortable. Now we're going to stir the pot. Inhale over to the left and forward, cow pose, open up. Exhale over to your right and back, cat pose, curl back. Keep going. Inhale forward and then exhale back. So the movement should help you breathe. Now after a couple rotations, we start to break the tension. We start to find a little bit more fluid motion. Maybe for your head to start circling. Maybe for your shoulders to start shrugging. Or maybe just to find wider and wider circles. Let's do one more full circle. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna pause. I want you to switch directions, exhaling the opposite way back, inhaling forward. So we're pushing and pulling the air through our body. Starting to funnel this energy into a little bit more mobility. That's where we become more firm and flexible. Basically, we're becoming adaptable. Just take two more circles, make it feel really good. Last time, exhale, inhale forward, exhale, just shrug back your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, sit up really tall, and then exhale, close your eyes, and just notice the energy that keeps moving. Take a moment to ground yourself. Feel the mat underneath you, the space around you. Most importantly, pay attention to the energy inside of you. Take a deep breath to the crown of your head. Exhale to the base of your spine. Sealing our lips, listen to the sound of your breath. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. This is called Ujjayi pranayama. This is the breath of fire. And this breath is a heated breath. It warms you up from the inside out, making your flexibility easier and helping you boost your metabolism. We start to burn our energy. Take another deep breath in. Strong exhale, use your core. Eyes open. Now that we've warmed up a little bit, take your hands behind you, and your hands can face any direction that suits your wrist. We're gonna plant your feet about mat width distance in front of you. So be gentle. Your hips are gonna be different from my hips. I'm gonna take a deep breath in, sit up tall. Then we're gonna exhale, windshield wiper both knees over to the right. We're gonna inhale through center, then exhale both knees over to the left. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale over to the left. Keep going. So this type of flexibility does take time, but you'd be surprised at how quickly it can kick in when you're consistent. So the rule of our body is use it or you lose it. Most of us have lost hip mobility, but if you start using it, if you keep moving like this consistently, it will come back. So if you're comfortably able to windshield wiper your legs, then maybe you don't use your hands anymore. Using a little bit more core, coming through center and to the side. Starting to warm up our spine, core, hip flexors. I've got one more challenge. So if you're comfortably not using your arms, then when you come over to the right side, maybe you inhale, come up onto your shins, using your pelvic floor to rise up. Then exhale, sit that down. Inhale through center, and exhale over to the left. Inhale, maybe you come onto your shins, little pelvic floor thrust. Exhale, sink down. Inhale through center. Let's just try one more round each side. Exhale to the right. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we sink down. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come up onto your shins. And then exhale, sink down. Inhale through center. Take your hands behind you. And our feet want to be about hip width distance in front of us. So our knees facing toes. Now, if it's okay on your wrist, your fingers face your heels. But if you need to keep them sideways, do what feels good for your body, okay? We're gonna inhale, lift your hips up, reverse tabletop. So this is one of the few poses that will both strengthen and stretch you. It's great for your posture. So we're expanding the chest, strengthening our back muscles. We wanna tuck your tail between your legs, turning on your core, and we wanna spread the weight from our fingers and our toes. We wanna channel the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. So pressing down into the support, expanding ourselves a little bit higher, opening ourselves to the benefits. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale, sink down. Now we're gonna take your right foot to your left knee. So this is our figure 4. You wanna flex your foot to get into your hip flexor, and then maybe you start to rock your hip side to side, just helping loosen up. And once again, if you've got the space, you could take your foot all the way to the floor, but you don't have to. Once you feel a little bit more wiggle room, then what you can do is maybe walk yourself a little bit closer to your leg. If there's resistance, honor it. So sometimes the hardest part of yoga is not doing the pose. So we want to listen to our body like a friend rather than just thinking of our body like an object, right? The body has consciousness, but we often only listen to it when it screams at us, right? You kick your toe, you know your toe is talking to you. But right now, your body's talking to you. The question is, are you listening? So if your body's happy with this, you might take one arm around the leg. I call this cradling the baby. Eventually, both arms will wrap around your leg. So if the baby doesn't want to be cradled, don't cradle the baby, right? If you can, inhale, sit up really tall. Exhale, shrug back the shoulders. Breathing through the nose. Just 2 more breaths, creating this quality connection, basically giving your body permission to reduce the resistance. We'll release your hands, reset your feet, and we'll inhale to your reverse tabletop. Round 2, tuck your tail, press down into the mat, expand the chest, And if you're comfortable, you might start to drop your head back. If that's not comfortable, keep your head forward. Feel the energy start to build up. Spread your weight evenly. Feel the strength and the flexibility meeting each other. So we're looking to create this bamboo body. It's firm, but it's flexible. Take one more breath in, lifting up even higher. And then exhale, sink down. And this time we're gonna take your left foot to your right knee. And this side's different, so it might be a little bit tighter or it might be a little bit looser. So feel free to adjust your hands, flex your foot. You might rock your hips side to side. It could be a little or a lot. And this is one of my favorite stretches to do first thing in the morning, right? When we're feeling stiff, tight. This can be a really nice way of just opening up the pelvis. Once you're feeling a little bit looser, flexing your foot, maybe you can walk your hands a little bit closer, heart to legs. You might be able to take one arm, maybe both arms around your leg. And it took me quite a while to be able to cradle the baby, to grab my foot like this. Baby steps. Right? It's okay if you don't have your arms wrapped around your legs. You get the benefits from the connection. So how you're breathing, what you're thinking, these make way more of an impact than me just grabbing my foot. Because the science of it is you have this thing called the Golgi tendon organ. This basically determines your flexibility. If your Golgi tendon organ is under stress, doesn't matter how much you stress, it will not let you get more flexible. So the interesting thing is people in comas can often do the splits because they're not under any stress. They're unconscious. Their Golgi tendon organ says you can be flexible. So it's not what we do, it's always how are we doing it. Let's release our leg. Reset your hands, reset your feet. One more time, we're gonna in out to your reverse tabletop. Pick up your hips, pick up your heart. And if you'd like a little challenge, if you're feeling strong today, walk your feet forward into this reverse plank pose. My only rule is that you keep your toes on the mat. Maybe you lift your chin, stretching your throat. We're gonna be here for 3 strong breaths. And I'll pull the energy into your body. Exhale, hold that energy in. Inhale through the heart. Exhale, tuck your tail. One more time, take a full breath in. And then exhale, take a seat. Shake out your arms. And then we're gonna cross your legs and come onto your hands and knees, tabletop position. Spreading your fingers, tucking your toes, getting any of the wiggles out of the way. And then we're gonna come into your first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're gonna lift your hips. We're gonna bend your knees. We're gonna walk your dog side to side. And if you're new to your down dog, basically, you come into a plank pose, a long spine, shoulders over your wrist, and then you shift your hips back. That's how we measure our downward facing dog. Your heels are hidden. Think about pulling your hands and pushing your heels so that we're zipping up our core and allowing our spine to breathe. So our spine isn't flat, it's curved, which means we want to curve our back. It's not about shoving your heart to your knees. It's about giving ourselves breathing space, especially in your low back, your lumbar. Ground yourself. So downward facing dog, it's all about facing downward. Most of us are always facing upward. We're in our head. We're looking at the future. We're looking at everything but ourselves. In our down dog, we're asked to come back to the self, back to where we are, back to what we want, what we're doing. Most importantly, why are we doing this? Why get uncomfortable? I can tell you the why of yoga. It helps you with your suffering. They've been doing it for thousands of years. Each of us comes to yoga with our own type of suffering, our own intention to feel better. You've got to honor that intention. That means you can drop your knees if you need to, or maybe you'd rather hold a plank instead. For now, if you're with me in this down dog, let's just take 3 steady breaths and try to make them quality breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands to your toes, to the back of the mat. Feel free to bend your knees a lot. We're gonna grab opposite elbows. This is called Ragdoll Uttanasana. Head is a heavy weight, and you might just rock side to side, left to right, right to left, like a clock that's tick-tocking. Letting gravity do all the work. Maybe you wanna lean into your toes, back into your heels, or even circling out your hips is totally fine. So whenever we put our heart over our head, it's basically a nervous system reset. Great for stress, anxiety, insomnia. I like to imagine the top of my head popped open and I could just shake my thoughts out. All right, we'll vacuum them up later. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, just release your hands to the mat. Now you can have your feet apart, or you can bring them to touch, toes touching, heels apart. We're gonna inhale halfway lift. We're gonna take your hands to your shins, and we're gonna lengthen your spine really long, even your neck. And then we're gonna exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, like a hug. We're gonna bring our chin to our chest, maybe hands to the mat or around your legs. Then inhale, slowly start to stand, Tadasana, mountain pose. We stack our bones. Head and shoulders come up last. And when you get all the way up, shrug back your shoulders. More importantly, tuck up your tail. Because you could just stand here, or you could stand here. And it's not about what it looks like, it's about the engagement. What does it feel like, right? Can you push down through your feet? Can you lift your spine to sit up a little bit taller? Can you fix your attention forward? We're gonna inhale, reach your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. This is about receiving the solar energy. Then we're gonna exhale your hands to your heart. We're gonna bring that energy within us. Closing your eyes, Samastitihi. It means standing at attention. I've always thought of it as time to pay attention. Pay attention to your breath. Are you still in control? Pay attention to your mind. Is it here, there, everywhere? Or can you use your breath to stay in control of the mind? Finally, notice your body. Is it shifting forward and back, side to side? Can we come to our center, stillness, by controlling the body with the mind, with the breath? Bringing all three aspects together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale completely. All right, eyes can open. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Any tree needs to have strong roots. So I want you to lift up all 10 toes. These are your roots. We call this Padabandha, the root lock. We're gonna spread your toes. We're gonna press your big toe down, your pinky toe down, then your middle toes down. And if you feel like this is impossible, trust me, it's not. It just takes practice, right? We live so often up here, we gotta send the consciousness down there. Once you have your roots, your toes are locked into your mat, we're gonna shift over to your left foot and we're gonna turn your right knee out for our Vrikshasana tree pose. Now you can keep it simple, heel against your ankle. Maybe your heel comes up to your calf, but if you go any higher, make sure you're going above your knee. We never wanna kick your own knee. So now we're in the stem, the trunk of the tree. Now trees, plants, they don't look like they're moving, but they are. They're moving towards the light. So we want to be firm, but also flexible enough to adapt ourselves. Once you have this nice flexible stem, then you can grow your branches. Then we can expand. But if you feel wobbly, come back to that connection, right? Relax your shoulders, breathe. Feel the energy moving through you from roots to shoots. Now here's my challenge. Yoga is not about looking outward. It's not a competition. It's about looking inward. It's about connection. So my challenge is, can you close your eyes? It's the same pose, but notice how much it changes when we look inward rather than outward. We call this pratyahara, or withdrawal of the senses. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart, release your foot, open your eyes, and don't worry, nobody saw. So what needs more work, the mind or the body? Probably a little bit of both. So establish your roots, Pada Bandha, the toe lock. Then let's try your tree pose on the other side. So turning your left leg out, could be the same place, or maybe you want to try a different position. Could make it easier or harder. And notice if you're moving from the mind. The mind will always try to complicate things. Maybe you listen to your body, make it simple, right? Once you have your stem, your core is turned on, then you can branch out. And your branches could look any way. There's no perfect pose here. And once you have this even awareness from your feet to your fingers, then maybe you try to gently close your eyes, trusting yourself, trusting your body, trusting the pose. Worst case scenario, you fall, you can always try again. We're gonna be here for 3, for 2, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart, release your foot, shake it out. Good job, yogis. All right, and now reach your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. We call this a sun salutation. We're gonna exhale, fold Uttanasana like you're bowing all the way down to the mat. In a halfway lift, gather in your strength, hands to shins, long spine. Then exhale, plant your hands on the mat. You might have to bend your knees a lot. Think about getting claws on your hands. We're gonna now plank pose. We're gonna crawl our hands to the top of the mat. Now you might drop your knees, but try not to drop your hips or your shoulders. As we exhale, start to bend your elbows. We're gonna lower to our stomach. Elbows wanna scrape your ribs all the way down to the mat. Now adjust yourself so that your hands are under your elbows rather than your shoulders. Squeeze them in like wings, and then in a cobra pose, start to lift your heart. And then exhale, hold that height. Now if you can, and now come onto your fingertips. Exhale, hold, slight tuck of chin. And now maybe you lift your cobra tail, your legs lift up, make sure it's a tail, squeeze your legs together. Then finally, maybe you hover your hands, Bhujangasana. Take one more breath in, lift your head and heels. And then exhale, release one side of your face. Release your arms and feel your heart beating on the mat. When was the last time you felt your own heartbeat? Now you're probably feeling it beat a little faster because back bends are energizing. So giving a few breaths, once you feel your heart rate has slowed back down, then we can take your chin to center. And we're gonna do a second variation of this. So option 1 is just to have your arms up in the air. Think of them like wings with magnets. We're trying to bring our hands together. Eventually, you're going to be able to interlace your hands into a bind. It's whatever you can manage. So this is called locust pose. Once again, we're going to now lift your heart. Exhale, try to squeeze your shoulders together. And then we're going to now lift your legs, your locust legs. Exhale, squeeze your feet together. Now if you can, now lift your locust wings, your hands come up. And if you can, exhale, squeeze your palms towards each other. Then finally, now lift your head, hands, heels, and exhale, release to the other side of your face. Release your arms, and once again, feel that energy surge. So back bends, they're great for boosting your mood. They're great for giving you a little extra energy to face the day, an interview, get ready for a workout. And they're great at getting you just in touch with your heart, physically and emotionally. So once again, channel the breath, slow down your heart rate. Once it's clear, we're gonna plant your hands under the elbows, chin to center. This is called up dog. We're gonna now start to straighten your arms, sitting the chest up, starting on our knees. You don't have to lock out the elbows, right? It's a back bend. We don't want it to be a back pinch. I like to look over my right shoulder and then my left shoulder a few times, giving my back a little bit of a release. Now, if you're feeling good, try picking up your kneecaps, pressing down through the tops of your feet. If that doesn't feel good, you can always transition through your knees. We'll exhale to your downward facing dog and just shake it out, loosen up. So we'll keep this practice nice and simple. We'll go through just our standard sun salutations. This is just to get you ready for the day, often done first thing in the morning,
heats your body up, gives you a little bit of strength, a little bit of flexibility. So I'm gonna inhale, lift my heels. I'm gonna exhale, bend my knees. I'm gonna look forward, and then you can step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat, your feet between your hands. We're gonna inhale, halfway lift, long spine, long neck. We're gonna exhale, fold, release, relax. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise up, reach up, look up, connect your palms. And exhale your hands to your heart center, Samastitihi. We take one breath to the crown of your head and exhale to the base of your feet. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up, little back bend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, come over your body. Inhale, halfway lift, extend your spine. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank. So we call this Chaturanga Dandasana. It's basically our yogi push-up. So once again, you can drop your knees. We're gonna exhale, bend your elbows. This time we're gonna try and only come halfway down, but if you need, you can come back to your stomach. Come to the tops of your feet in an up dog. Shine your heart. Exhale, down dog. Roll back onto your heels. Good, reset your breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. Let's do this again. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward, exhale, bend your knees, step, walk, maybe a little jump, top of mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold, release, relax. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise up, reach up, look up, connect your palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Clear the energy, control your breath. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, back bend, press your hips forward. Exhale, fold slowly. We dive through the body. Inhale, halfway lift, gather in your energy. Exhale, Chaturanga. So you can step, walk, or jump into your plank. You could skip this and go straight to down dog. Otherwise, give it a go. Low plank pose, elbows to ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart forward. Exhale, down dog, hips back. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look where you're going. Have a little fun. Come to the top of your mat as softly as you can. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Back to focus. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up and over. And then exhale, fold, Uttanasana, slow dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, step, walk, or jump, plank pose. We lower with control, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, up dog, shine the heart. Exhale, down dog. And then drop down to your knees, child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch, hips back, arms forward. Maybe you rock your head side to side. Take a moment, feel the energy moving through you. You're gonna inhale, sit up tall. Take a seat, swing your legs out in front of you. Now there's a lot more active stuff that we could practice, but this is just a little teaser, this is just a little taste. This is a good place to begin the connection, right? This isn't a race, this is a journey of the self, through the self, back to the self. So just notice, heart rate elevated, but mind has calmed. Body's open, but it's also feeling strong. That's what we need to focus on, not doing the splits, not standing on your head. Love standing on my head, but trust me, it's not gonna solve the problems in your life, but how you show up for this practice will help you with the problems in your life. Let's get into a little bit of flexibility. So we're gonna take your left foot to your inner right thigh. This is called Janu Sirsasana. So something that helps me, I like to pick up my bottom and then sit back down
try to get the cushion out of the way so that you're on the sit bones. We're gonna turn towards your extended leg, and I'll sit up tall, maybe your arms reach up, then exhale, fold over your leg. Now some of us, we're barely gonna fold. Doesn't matter what it looks like, do you feel it? Eventually, we're gonna start to come down, but my rule, elbows down before you grab your foot. I see a lot of people just do this. This is called a round. What we're looking for is a fold. So we wanna stretch your spine as much as your leg. And then breathe through your nose so that more heat you create, the more flexible you're gonna get. This is also purifying. So we want to sweat in yoga. That's how we burn away the toxins, physically, but also mentally, emotionally. This is about unblocking our energy. So our energy center in our body, we refer to them as the chakras. They want to spin. And when they all spin, it means we're in harmony. But like any river, sometimes life gets messy. Sticks and stones, leaves, they fall into the river, they build up, and they can block the energy, they can block that flow. So our yoga practice, our breath work is basically about surging the energy like a flood through the body, through that river, to unblock those sticks and stones, whatever's happened in your life that's keeping your energy from flowing. So now sit up tall. We're gonna switch out your legs, so extend your legs, maybe shake them out a little bit, and then we'll take your right heel to the inner left thigh. So you might remove the cushion. Remember, you wanna be on your sit bones. Turn towards your extended leg in our reach up, and then exhale, fold over your leg. So once again, it's about meeting yourself where you're at, and I find flexibility can be way more challenging than strength, because in strength you have to push yourself, but in flexibility you have to honor yourself. It takes time. You're not gonna be able to grab your heel in one day of doing this, but if you show up each and every day, even just a few minutes, you're gonna get there. Just take it one breath at a time, one moment, one practice. Just notice how you're feeling already. Hopefully the mind is less busy, the body less restricted, the breath is still even. No matter if we're standing or sitting, facing forward or upside down, we want our breath to be consistent. All right, just take one more breath in. Exhale completely. And I'll sit up nice and tall. Extend your legs forward, shake them out a little bit. And then come onto your back and give your knees a nice big squeeze. Maybe circle out your knees a little bit, just releasing any pressure that might have built up. We'll take a gentle twist, guide your right knee into your chest, slide your left leg forward, deep breath in. Exhale, supine twist, right knee over to your left, gaze over your right shoulder. Steady breaths, no effort here. Let this just be nice and easy, wringing out your spine, giving your organs a gentle massage. We'll inhale through center. We'll switch out your legs. So hug your left knee in, slide your right leg forward, and then exhale, supine twist to the other side. Look over your left shoulder. And think about this as preparation. So we're about to come into a pose known as Shavasana. It's the easiest and hardest pose we can do. It's basically where we get asked to do nothing. Sounds easy, but in a world that's very busy, especially in our mind, that can be really hard to practice. So here we're just practicing letting go, softening the body, quieting our mind. We're gonna inhale through center. We'll do one more pose, happy baby pose. You can grab behind your knees, edges of your feet, or peace fingers to your big toes. I just like to circle my heels a little bit.
This is your chance to get the wiggles out of the way. You can rock side to side. You could extend one leg, both legs. Once you got all the wiggles out, give yourself a nice big hug. Permission to just rest. Take a deep breath in, maybe your head to your knees, and then exhale, Shavasana, legs long, palms up. Tuck your chin, close your eyes. Take one last deep breath in through the nose, inside out your mouth. Softening your face, hands, toes. Imagine that you are just floating on your mat. Now we're gonna stay here for 3 minutes. Your job is just to observe yourself. So if you can, taking a step outside of your body and just witnessing the sensations of the body, witnessing the desires of the mind, but detaching from them. Keep observing and notice. Did you go away? Did your mind fade? Did you give in to the sensation of the body? 3 minutes is barely a fraction of our day, but I'm guessing for many of you, this might have been the longest 3 minutes of your day. Good. We don't want to race through this life. We want to have this quality connection to this little moment, even if it's not the most exciting moment. It's still important to pay attention. This is the powerful moment where you get to decide how you're going to come out of this practice. Because this has been practice. It's the second we step off our mat that the yoga becomes real. Yoga basically is just how we choose to connect with life, how we direct our mind and body. Let's start simply. Just take a deep breath in, side out. Feel the energy ripple across the body. Keep doing that, building the energy back up until it starts to reach your fingers and toes, and then you start to make some gentle movements. Maybe you want to roll your wrist, your ankles. When you are ready, you can reach your arms over your head. Take a deep breath in. If you can, lift the corners of your mouth. And then exhale, roll over to your favorite side. Gather in for a second. And we'll come up to a seated position, Sukhasana. It means easy seated position, basically getting ready for meditation. We'll take our hands to our heart, closing our eyes,
just coming back to ourself. I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes. It's by Ram Dass. The best thing you can do for me is work on yourself. And the best thing I can do for you is work on myself. It's as we do this work on ourselves that we find this deeper connection to each other. We start to understand that everybody's got challenges, resistance, obstacles. And we can't help the circumstances of our life, but we can respond. We can choose to work our way through it and reduce the resistance. We take it one breath at a time, filling ourselves up. Inhale completely. Exhale, we bow to each other and we salute. Namaste. It just means the highest in me honors and respects the highest in you. Thank you so much for joining me in this class. We didn't do a lot, but it wasn't about doing a lot. It was about creating this quality connection with ourselves, working on ourselves so that we can find this deeper connection to each other. So it's been such a pleasure teaming up with sisters helping sisters, brothers helping brothers. There's a lot of support out there. There's support for you to help yourself. And that's the most important part of our yoga practice, is about getting in touch with what we can do. There's a lot that we feel like we can't do, but we can control our breath, we can shift our mind, we can change our bodies, which means we have possibilities, we have options to expand ourselves. So you have the option to continue your practice, to reach out for the support that you need. And I'm always here. I would love for you to connect with me. I'm located at Wild Heart Soul Tribe. You can always look us up online or connect to other like-minded people. Yoga is just one of many wellness modalities that can help you deepen this connection to yourself. The hardest part really is just showing up. So show up for yourself, and I promise you won't regret it. So this class can be found in the Sisters Helping Sisters app, which will be released by the end of 2025. And you're gonna find practices just like this that are gonna help you find the resources within yourself to help yourself. At Wild Heart Soul Tribe, we've got a diverse schedule to meet you, whether you need to keep it mellow, whether you're just here to hold space, or whether you need to actively burn some energy. We've got over 40 classes a week. We also offer teacher trainings that'll help you learn the philosophy, embody the practice, and share your passion with other people. We offer online practices. If you can't show up on the mat, we'll meet you on your mat. We know the hardest part is showing up, and so at Wild Heart Soul Tribe, we're here to help make this as accessible as possible. So if you have any questions, if you're thinking about coming to this side, sharing your passion for the practice, or whether you just need a little bit more assistance deepening the mind-body connection, we're here for you at Wild Heart Soul Tribe.